Coach Gene Clemens here, getting you ready for the national championship game. And what I believe is going to be the difference in this game, it's really simple. Two numbers, two words, number 44, Hunter Leupke. And excuse me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, I believe it's Luepke. This is a young man that I believe is going to have a long future in the NFL. Not because he is the most dynamic runner, not because he is the most dynamic blocker, not because he is the most dynamic pass receiver, but because he has a toughness and he is a gadget guy. What do I mean when I say a gadget guy? That means he's like a Swiss Army knife. You can put him everywhere. You can line him up as a running back. You can line him up as a fullback. You can line him up as a tight end, as an H-back. He gets the job done all the time. Now, I know that we always hear about the North Dakota State offense and the run game, the quarterback run, the run game, and we hear about Luepke as a runner, but we don't really talk about the dynamics that they have when they use Luepke as a pass receiver like they did when they faced James Madison University in the playoffs. So what I want to show you is I want to show you three plays where they actually use number 44 to abuse James Madison. And why were they able to do that? Because they have a fantastic running game. And when you have a fantastic running game, that makes the play action even that more potent, especially when the receivers are coming from the backfield. So here's what happened. In all of their play action, because North Dakota State is under center so much, when they do play action, the quarterback turns his back. Now, why is that important? Because when a quarterback turns his back, it signals in the mind to a defender that it must be a run. When you couple that with how good the Bison are at running the ball, it really does make a difference when you think about how a defense has to attack it. So that's the first thing. When that quarterback goes and turns his back to the defense, that defense immediately thinks run because this is a running team. However, when you get a guy like Luepke who can be somebody that gets out and gets into the route and makes a difference, these concepts really do work. So this concept was the same for all three of these plays. Essentially what they did was they sent Luepke on a wheel route. The difference is where they sent him on a wheel route from. So in this first play over here, this is Luepke over at the left wing. They've got a receiver over here, and you can see they've got essentially five guys on the line of scrimmage trying to take care of the run. When they bring this receiver in motion over to the other side, they get the walk down from this DB. He goes into the box there. Now, when they run their play action, the quarterback opens opposite of where they are. So he opens here. They attack there, downhill. This tight end, base blocks. Everybody else works back here. He fills into this gap. This tight end runs that over route. The wide receiver pushes on the post, and Luepke just nicely comes on this wheel route. And when this guy has to account for the tight end and this guy has to account for the receiver, these two guys have to be concerned with the run, so they take that run check that way. That leaves a guy like Luepke wide open, and of course he comes up and hits Luepke for the touchdown. Now, the second play is the exact same play as this, only this time they just line up without the motion. So as you can see here, they have this underfront. And that's why I call it an underfront, because they're away from the strength, because somewhere in the game plan for James Madison's defense, they saw that they ran weak a lot. So why not run an underfront if you're getting a lot of weak side run? Again, quarterback opens away from the receivers. You get this down. Everybody's here. Actually, I'm sorry, everybody comes down. He comes off edge. Quarterback comes up. You get this tight end who is now here. Wide receiver runs the post. Luepke again on the wheel. He comes up and hits them for a big gain. Now you would think twice in a row, now they know what's coming. But here's the problem. Because you can line up Luepke anywhere, because you can put him in the backfield, you can disguise the same play without giving it away. So here, they're in basic 21 personnel. Tight end, there's your receiver or your flanker, your receiver's on. They are lined up weak, again, with this underfront, not the overfront, but the underfront with the linebacker walk down to give them the fifth man because, again, somewhere in the game plan, they said, North Dakota State likes to run weak. We need to make sure we have that covered. So they've got those guys covered. And this time, North Dakota State gives them exactly what they're looking for. So you get the base here, 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 here. You get Luepke, comes through at the fullback and runs straight through the line of scrimmage. Quarterback opens 2. Wide receiver runs the post. This tight end blocks on the backside. He blocks. This receiver runs a fade route, and Luepke goes through the line and works straight into the wheel again. They come up and they hit that man for the second touchdown on the play of the game. The dynamics of number 44 are going to be the reason why North Dakota State claims another national title. It's been a great run for Montana State, but I don't see how they're able to stop the dynamics of number 44 because he can run it, he can catch it, and he's a lot of times blocking to allow runners to get free. So when you've got a dynamic guy like that, it's really hard to beat him. And I think that this is why I said at the beginning of the year that if you're going to catch North Dakota State, you had to catch them in the spring. Now we're in the fall, or now we're into the winter, and it's North Dakota State season again. Bison for the championship.